Action.
Yay!
Okay,
Amazing.
what's up,
Jordan
May?
Alexander, welcome to Pardon My Success.
I love it. I like that.
Get ready, it's the new edition. Your favorite morning meditation. Hey, it's May, pardon my success. I'm a hot mess.
Wait, I want to hold it
We
to
are
like a
PMSing.
podcast.
You want to hold her? No,
Yeah.
because here's my thing is that when I clip it on me, I do this fun thing where I just flip my hair around all the time and it
Oh yeah, same girl.
crackles. It's just the dreads. Where did they go?
I took out my braids. I'm in and out of braids. I love to just experiment, but also my head needs a break.
Yeah, honestly, I love your short hair. It's so iconic. Like it's so you. Like I
Thank
love it. Also, it just looks
you.
so. But everyone, Jordan Alexander, the new gossip girl herself, is here with us today to chat a little bit about her successes because she's an absolute icon. And, that's that on that. And Jordan, I am so happy to have you today.
Thank
Can
you.
you tell us just a little bit about yourself for those who maybe aren't super familiar with your background?
Yes. Okay, so my name is Jordan Alexander, and I'm an artist. And most recently, I booked a role in HBO Max Gossip Girl, and that has really changed my life and opened up a lot of opportunities and doors for me in acting, but also as an artist overall because I make music. I've had the opportunity to, connect with different musicians, whereas before, it's just there's something that like a spotlight, like being on an HBO show, is gonna just provide you with more opportunities. And so, yeah, I'm just happy and excited.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Well, obviously, I have known you now for like,
Yeah,
my God, nearly
4 years?
2 years.
Is it only two? Why does it feel like
Were you gonna
longer?
say four?
I was gonna say four. Is it only two?
But it's just felt as though like we've
Yeah.
been so connected that it's been like a whole four
And we've
years,
literally
obviously.
only hung out like
Um,
twice, but those were just very pivotal moments.
so pivotal.
That
Oh
photo,
my God.
that photo of us
The
on the
photo.
stairs.
I will put it. I will put it here.
Please.
Jordan lovingly sent this photo of me passed out to my boss on my phone, which is fine.
I
I
wanted him
thought
to
it
know
was
you
so
were
funny the next day.
okay.
I lived. The next day he was like, May. And I was
Meg,
like,
he loves you.
it's so cool. He was like, obviously this is Jordan. Like, I know you guys are buds, but like, I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
For context, I got really drunk at a work event because I had two margaritas.
Give me two margaritas. But also, like, okay, technically it wasn't at the work event. You were totally professional at the work event. It was the
Well,
after party. It was the after
I
party.
said something.
Girl, listen. Okay, the way I deal with things like that, I just pretend I didn't hear it. You know what I mean? I just play dumb.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm like,
That didn't happen.
didn't
Like,
happen.
you misheard me.
Didn't
That's so
happen.
weird of you. But it's fine. It's fine. We lived, we learned, we bonded. The real tragedy of the night was me losing my gift bag. I'm like still upset about that. I'm not gonna lie.
Girl, I
Gone
made it.
in the wind.
I made it all the way back to Canada with my fucking crinkled ass up like poster because we stayed out. Like we stayed out.
The last thing I remember was us sitting at Catch and me just like looking at you feeding you
Yes.
sushi and then woke up naked in this bed.
You at the front desk, like trying to get us a table. I was like, oh my God, this is the level of fucking like I don't even know. You were like, okay, listen, honey.
You just
Like
gotta just
drunk May is gonna
gonna
get us into like any party ever.
drunk May has no shame. None. It's like it's kind of a problem because like normal me already just has like barely any filter. But
Mm,
like as
mm.
soon as there is like a substance, it's like, no, you love me. We're best friends. You're gonna obviously help as you can.
Because we're best friends, we're family, we've known each other since birth.
Forever. In the last 5 minutes, we have bonded on a deeper level than you ever will with another person on earth. And
Yeah.
they're like, who are you?
Yeah, she's like,
Anyway,
ma'am, I
okay.
don't think we have a table.
We got a table. We had a great time. They paid, like they comped most of the stuff.
That
So
was cool.
like it worked. Okay, more importantly, Jordan, can you tell us a little bit about how you got interested in the arts?
In the arts, yeah, I mean, my mom and dad are like very creative types. Like my mom did modeling when she was little. My dad was doing like acting and music, and he still does. And so it was kind of like always around me. So when I was little, they put me in like commercials and stuff, just kind of in and out. My parents are like very not stage parents. Like if I didn't want to do it, they were like, okay. So I would like stop for like years at a time, and then I would like be like, oh yeah, that thing. Like, can we do it again? They'd be like, okay. So it was very like very informal. And then I got really interested in music, and I started like putting all of my effort and focus in that. And then I found my way back to acting again in like the end of 2019. And yeah, it was just like a really positive experience. I got picked up for a show called Sacred Lies, and that was like really exciting. And then the following year, I got picked up for Gossip Girl. So yeah, it was just kind of flow together, just kind of
Yeah, that's
flowed.
crazy. That
Yeah.
like it really just was like one like that one project really just led right into Gossip Girl. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and like some of the stuff that I'd done for music had also contributed because as I was going through the audition process for Gossip Girl, they asked for like some music videos that I did. So like I submitted this music video that I made called Cool.
Don't listen if I say it's not forever. That's just my way of making myself feel better. I don't ever really wanna be without you. So tell me, is that cool? Tell me, is that cool?
And yeah, just like giving a more rounded sense of like who I am, how I look, and like what I do, I guess kind of contributed to booking that role.
Can you tell me a little bit about your music career, like prior to Mind Rigma?
Mandrig Ma! Yes. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I have a band with my bandmate Sakina Garcia called Mandirigma, which is a Filipino or a sorry Tagalog word for warrior. And I've been doing music solo forever. Like I've always just been a very like solo music person. So this was like a really fun, exciting endeavor. And now next year I'm going back to solo as well, like both at the same time. But like I have a project that I'll be releasing next year solo. So I'm really excited to like be involved in both of those things.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Wait, so how many songs had you like released prior to joining the band?
Like 10? I
Oh my
had
god.
yeah, I had like an unofficial album, like just kind of like scrap it together, like just doing the best that I had with what I had. And like making music videos. I made 3 music videos from that album. And I think there were maybe like 9 songs on it. And then I released a single all by myself, just because I just love it. I don't necessarily have like a lot of guidance or like people managing me or all this type of stuff, but I know that I love it, and so I just ask my friends for help and kind of make it work. So yeah, about 10 songs, and then I released 3 songs with Mandirigma and 1 music video.
I can't think of tonight, I can't think of.
And then my upcoming body of work, which I call my first studio album because it's like the first one that's like really, there will be 9 songs on that.
That's so cool. So I know all of Mandarigma is like Tagalog, but is yours entirely in English?
Mine is entirely in English. Do I have any? I don't have any second language stuff in my song because I don't actually speak any other language other than English. The only
That
reason,
surprised me.
yeah.
I
Oh,
was like, girly got Tagalog down.
no, 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 no. I literally, my contribution to that song was purely melodic, and I would like kind of gibberish in the way that I think the Tagalog sounds, and then Sakina would like write the actual part of the song. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
That's amazing. Your first studio album. Congratulations. That's so exciting. I'm currently, very early stages of working on an album as well. So, like, love that for us. We're so cute.
Oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Can you talk us a little bit about the actual booking of Gossip Girl? Like, how was that process, the audition of it all?
So when I first auditioned for Gossip Girl, COVID had not happened. So that must have been like really early 2020. I did a first audition, and I just never heard back. And then the pandemic happened, and I completely forgot. And then like end of August in 2020, like I all of a sudden get this call like asking for like extra materials, like, oh, can you send that music video and this and that, like different supporting materials for the audition, I guess. And then I did one Zoom audition or like a second Zoom or second edition, and then I just got it, which was wild because it had been so out of my mind. I was like, oh, dang, like I guess I didn't get it. But honestly, there's like you audition for so many things, like you can't fill your mind with like, oh, wonder what that. You just have to move on. So I'd moved on, I'd completely forgot about it, and so it was so exciting and cool to have that have been cooking that whole time, and I was just like completely unaware.
Oh my gosh. But you never had to like go in person for anything? It was entirely just like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's my girl. She said, I sent in some materials and I booked it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely not how it's ever been before. Like when I booked Sacred yeah, no, when I booked Sacred Lies, I think I did like four. They were all self-tapes though. I haven't because it's like the world of self-tapes now, you know, it's just easier. You have more access.
yeah.
So I've actually never done like a chemistry test or anything like that.
Well, what was your experience like on set for Gossip Girl? Like, because you got it, and so like you hadn't met anyone, you just like show up one day. Like, what happened?
Basically, yeah. I mean, Whitney Peak was so cute. She was kind of like the ringleader of everything. Once she found who's cast, she'd like reach out to them on Instagram and like introduce them to the group chat and everything. I think I was the second to last person cast. I think Evan was the last person cast. So yeah, they all had a group chat together, and so I joined that and was like, oh my god, I'm so excited, and everyone was so excited. It was really cool. It was an unbelievable experience. Like I've never done anything like that, and it's just a world that I didn't know anything about. Is only observed.
So you're from Canada. You just like moved out to New York, and did they get you an apartment and you just kind of were like, meh.
No, I got myself an apartment, which was crazy because it was COVID and I needed to leave in like 2 weeks. Like I found out, and then they're like, okay, cool, can you move to New York in 2 weeks? And I was like, yep, sure. So I literally Zoom with this realtor that I was working with, or like, I don't know, someone helping me find a place to rent. And he like shows me around, and I was like, okay, perfect, please book it. That's it. And then that was the spot. And it's a really cool place. I was living in Bushwick, and it had like 10-foot windows. It was really, really small.
It was gorgeous.
Thank
You
you.
had really pretty photos that you would take. The Excel spreadsheet I had, Jordan, that was tracking
You're
your Instagram. I don't
so
think you understand how closely. Doing what I do, which I don't really talk about too much on the phone because I don't want to get fired, is like actually very helpful to like
Yeah.
the podcast and like the arts and things like that, because it's like I already do have like a lot of inside knowledge when it comes to like how things are set up, like how the structure is broken down, like how you kind of got to get things done. And,
Yeah.
like, how to pitch yourself to people,
Ugh.
how to find the email addresses for the random people that you just somehow have to know.
Speaking of, I may need to pick your brain because that is so true. Like having that back end knowledge, behind the scenes stuff is not something that a lot of artists have, you know? And it's like, it's kind of the classic thing. It's like you have the arts and then you have the arts business, and it's totally separate. And you might not know how to do the arts business part.
Here's the biggest thing that I've learned in this industry is that there is so much gatekeeping.
Yeah.
They want to keep it separate for a reason. Because
Yeah.
the people who are running the business of the arts, most of them originally wanted to be artists and
Wow.
couldn't. And they do not want artists involved. in them.
Interesting.
Do not want you to know because they want to be able to control it.
Wow. Okay, insider scoop. That is very, very interesting because as humans, we're so much more alike than we are different. And
I agree.
you know, if you were taught to do the business side of things, like you probably could do it. And that's not to say that there isn't so much value in having someone to do that stuff for you. It frees up
Yes.
so much of your time. You're able to do more art stuff. But I think there is a lot of the business side of things that you are able to do as an artist. And that's something that I've started to realize because I'm really doing this time all by myself. And I'm
Yeah.
realizing like I can figure it out. Like I can do it. I can
Yeah.
ask my friends. I can, if there's something that I don't know, I don't have to let that stop me and assume, oh, well, I need someone else to do it. I can learn how to do it.
Precisely. You can learn how to do it. And like here's the thing, this is why I started the podcast, is because it's like I want to learn how to do it. I want to be able to sit down with the people like from all the different backgrounds. Like I've been able to like sit down with a composer and be like, "Okay, how do you do it?
How do you do
What are
it?
we doing?
Yeah.
How do you start? Like where am I? What's going
Amazing.
on?" Because it is so hard to like number one, find people to do it for you when you're not anybody in the industry.
Yeah.
And number two, like have the money to do it unless you are already generationally wealthy or
Boom.
like
Boom.
established in some way in which you have these funds already that you can, hang on, Wasabi's screaming.
What's that? Let's see. You like my sun, my moon, my stars. Wow, what a great cat. Ooh.
This is Wasabi.
I love him. Wow, he's such a floppy cat. Oh,
He
you
is.
have the perfect cat. That cat doesn't even look real. Holy
He's literally
He's like, no.
Yeah, he's a spicy boy. No, yeah, it's all gatekeeping. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Here's my thing, is that I do believe once you get big enough, you need the professionals. You need the people that have spent their lives devoting it to doing nothing but that one thing for you. Because that is how you're going to truly be successful. It's why you eventually need a record label, because they are the people that are most experienced in doing that, and they have the connections and they have the resources. But when you're someone that's just starting out, nobody is going to give you those kinds of resources for free without some sort of want in return.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could be kind of, selling off more than you'd be comfortable with because you are at such a new point in your career and you just think you need the help and you think, oh, well, yeah, sure, have this like 360 deal that leaves me with nothing and I don't own my masters and none of my music is mine and like all of that weird shit that happens, where people just take advantage of new artists. So I think this is also becoming more public knowledge. Like, take a long time to work on things yourself, to work with your friends, to figure these things out. And then when you're at a place where it becomes almost like too much for you to handle, you may have more bargaining power. So you're able to kind of, you know what I mean? Come to the table with something and knowledge as well, so that you're not just being taken advantage of.
Because that is like the real danger of this business, is that they are so ready to just chew you up and spit you out unless you have some sort of support system or reason for them to not want to. It's ruthless out here. Thank God you are already so established as a human being. And like you already like have the, so already having that means that it's gonna be listened to. People that like are excited for your success.
Yeah, that's something that I'm talking about a lot. I have like a group of artists and creatives around me who, out of the goodness of their hearts, are just like lending their skill and their abilities. Like, my album is co-executive produced by my friend Havaya Mighty, who's like an incredible artist and rapper, and her friend Taboo, who's also an incredible producer and just musician and artist all around. Like, they've really rallied around me, and I feel like they believe in my success. And translating those fans who came from Gossip Girl to fans of me and my music is definitely something that I'm like really focusing on, right? Like, I really believe I have something that they're gonna like, but at the same time I need to offer it to them in a way that they're receptive to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. How would you say like you're kind of going about like separating yourself, Jordan, from Gossip Girl, Jordan?
I mean, that's hard, right? That's challenging because I'm so grateful for Gossip Girl and I'm so excited for what it's done for me and like all the opportunities and everything. But yeah, at the same time, I also do need people to see the other aspects as well. I mean, I'm kind of just taking both in stride. Like, if people want to comment, oh my God, Julian, 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 I'm like, great, amazing, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe one of those people is going to recognize something else, and so I'm just kind of just kind of trying to feel it out and see how to do that. I don't really know actually how to do that.
No, I will say that I think the strike has helped in a way because you've literally had to separate your social media from Julian. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you've literally not been allowed to. So I
Yeah.
feel like that, in a sense, has kind of given you a little bit of distance. It's like you. Can you tell us maybe a few of your favorite or like funny little Gossip Girl memes for the fans?
Yeah, sure. I mean, everything was so exciting, especially at the beginning. And there was this one time, I think it was maybe the first scene that Whitney and I shot together, and we were both just like, what is happening? Like, this is so cool. We were doing a car scene, so we were like in the streets of New York. It's like beautiful fall. I'm like, is this actually real? And we both just like had this moment where I feel like we were just freaking out and we were singing Kendrick Lamar and just like being excited. And yeah, it was just really cool. Just like such a happy memory.
That's so cool. Obviously, like your personality is very different from Julian,
Hmm.
I would say. How did you find that character? Like, what did you do to prepare?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a thing that happens when you say words that aren't your own. So like when you're speaking a script, and I feel like that really informs how I kind of act. So I'm like, who is the type of person to say something like this? And then I really let the words kind of speak for themselves. But I also wanted to look into kind of like influencers and, people who lived a life of privilege. I mean, I have like certain privileges, like being born in the Western world. Like, I wasn't like poor, but I wasn't well off, like I would got a job when I was like 13, stuff like that. So it's just very different from the stuff that like an Upper East Side New York kid is going to
Yeah.
experience. So yeah, I definitely had to kind of embody this different person. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun with it. And I feel like, especially once you put on the clothes and you're in New York, it's very
Yeah.
easy to like, you know, just kind of morph. Sacred Lies, the project that I did before Gossip Girl, was an orphan teen who had been through like so much trauma, and like her mother had died and her father was like not in the picture and everything. And that is completely different from my experience. And so that was another really, really different kind of role to play. Yeah, I mean, I did research actually. Like, I did research on what happens in like group homes, or like what going through the system is like. And there's things that I've known because you just hear about it. Like, going through the system is not pleasant. And so I think just like learning and watching, like, even they have like Vice documentaries, like interviewing real people, just kind of get a sense of like how people respond and react to experiencing something like that. Yeah.
Ugh, painful, painful. But that's so cool that you were like, okay, let's figure out, getting into the mind of these people. That's what really drew me into acting, and like also why I studied like psychology in college, because it's like I really enjoy truly understanding people for
Wow.
why they have done the things that they have done and why they continue to act this way, what it is about their past that is informing their future.
There's definitely overlap in like psychology and acting because understanding why people do what they do, that's going to be part of how you build a role and how you build the reality of a person, like what brought them to do whatever scene you're playing now.
Exactly.
Backstory, there's always a backstory, right?
Theater and like acting, the most powerful way for people to genuinely understand the experience of another.
It sounds like you have had this like really deep interest and love of acting. Is that like, when did you start doing that?
I mean, I started acting at 3. I was in my first musical at 3. My dream is actually to become the youngest EGOT holder on earth. I have danced since I was 3. I do ballet, tap, jazz, point, lyrical, contemporary, modern, and hip hop. I play piano, flute, piccolo, and oboe. I started my first musical when I was 3. I was in 101 Dalmatians. I was Pepper. That's why I named my rabbit Pepper as a child. And so I was in like 30 musicals before I graduated high school, I think. And yeah, I went to college and was on a dance team and like did shows and everything still. EGOT holder has always kind of been the dream. But like it's only recently that I've been able to like admit that to people.
It seems to me like every single second of the day you will be utilizing for one of your passions, for one of your loves. Like, I don't know how you dude so much.
My parents were very overbearing.
You're wild. I mean, that is, I feel like that would break me. Perhaps, yeah, because it's just so funny. And honestly, that's a thing that starts at parenting, right? Like my parents were very like loosey goosey, so I've never had a like rigid structure. So I just don't have
regimented.
life, and
Yeah.
I'm just very, that sounds like I would have a breakdown.
No, honestly, it's definitely why I have such a bad anxiety disorder.
So she's real. It does affect her. It
No,
does
it
affect her.
does.
I feel like you're doing so great and amazing, and you're really striving and reaching for your goals. And when you do put that much effort in, it really just makes anything possible because you've just already closed that gap.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Prepared to the point where when the opportunity comes,
I'm ready. But yeah, and you gotta come hang out here. I can't believe that you were on a whole van tour and I didn't see you.
Okay, well, the van tour was crazy. You want to talk about, girl, the second we took the RV, we hit something. And so then it was this whole saga basically the entire time trying to like it was just really, it was amazing, but it was so chaotic. I went to LA and saw not a single person.
That's fair. Not car troubles.
Yeah, and I mean, I did drive the RV once, and then I missed an exit, and I wasn't allowed to. Exit in LA during rush hour. Okay, now we just added 2 hours.
No, like literally, yeah, you're.
Yeah, I think that we need like a couple more troubleshoot for those people who aren't. So like, I'm not super comfortable driving. Like, I'm an okay driver.
For so long, I was like so anxious about driving that I turned into an asshole driver. I will also, if it's okay with you, I would love to link a few of your like songs and things and like maybe just like a little snippet here and there so people can like listen and appreciate and go see you. But yes, that is amazing. Do you have any other fun projects coming up that you would like to pub?
Yeah, I mean, there's Mandating Ma that you can check out, and please do. We have 3 singles and a beautiful music video that we shot in the Philippines. And then just my solo project, which I'm very, very excited about, and you're going to be seeing a lot about that very soon. I'm underground right now, prepping it all, and then it was just going to explode like a volcano onto the scene. So just keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I'm just very excited about what 2024 has to offer. I feel like it's going to be a very creative year, opening a lot of different things up for me. So
yeah. No, it's amazing. I'm so glad. And now that, thank God, the dual strikes are over, so we like talking about the projects that we work on and also like auditioning for things and hopefully getting cast in other things. And we love making music. And one day I would love to perchance have you as a collaborator on my album if you would be down.
Absolutely do that. Let's
Amazing.
absolutely do that. Very
I love
excited.
that.
I know how hardworking you are and creative and like full of joy and life. Like May's joking, but genuinely she will get anything that she wants from a person because they are going to feel that genuine love and joy from her in like 5 minutes. So when we saw it work, I was like, oh my God, because I'm nervous. Like, I'm not really going to go up to someone and be like, hi, like, this is how you the table, like, whatever. I'd be like, if you have one, I don't know. But, like, let me see. And I was like,
yeah, I guess. Kill him with kindness, man. And we got this, and we're gonna art, and it's gonna be amazing. And we have each other, and we have so many other amazing connections within the business.
If you see something that someone else is doing that you like,
Yes.
be inspired by that. Like, who is your kin, right?
Yeah.
You're drawn to that.
Yeah.
That's
You're
not
liking
your,
it.
That's literally your family. That's your kin. That's someone who's doing something that you are interested in.
And support them, love them. Say, like,
And I have to start work now.
Okay, it was wonderful talking to you. Thank you.
Jordan Alexander, you are my queen. You are my icon. You are the love of my life. I thank you so much for coming on this.
Have a great, wonderful day.
You too, baby. I hope you have the best day ever.
Okay, have a great day at work.
I love you. Bye.
are you PMSing?